It was too much Josh Allen.
He's on drugs.
Mark Andrews brought the hurricane.
Squirts through the zero hole.
And the Packers forgot to pack their hands.
Check the ball for Vaseline.
Welcome to Shut Up Football. I'm Jeff Stoltzfus. That's Kevin. So many records were set in Week 11. Mark Andrews with the most receiving yards for the Ravens. Myles Garrett with the most consecutive seasons with 12 or more sacks. Travis Kelce became the all-time Chiefs touchdown leader. Even Jacoby Brissett set an NFL record. So let's get it already. The Jets were hot off back-to-back wins. Time to give them some respect.
Because their offense has been terrible lately. I was going to say the same thing.
They said Drake May is a natural leader. Nothing is too big for him. Not clown shoes, not even fatties. Rookie Travion Henderson scored another 3 touchdowns. That's 5 in 2 weeks. Just like my prison pen pal, he's breaking out. They showed the Jets brain trust, goat beard, old money, and witness protection. Jets fans would be in better hands at a dental school. Wildcat quarterback Justin Fields had a new receiver to drop passes. Adonai Mitchell, who came over in the Sauce Gardner trade, appropriately dressed in a fleece. Kirk Herbstreit suggested the Jets get Kirk Cousins. Get Kirk Cousins what? What was his second choice? A cinder block, a rope, and a lake? At this point, Cousins shows less potential than a SpaceX rocket. Al Michaels lamented the Jets' defensive struggles.
You know how many takeaways they've had all year? 1. And where'd they have it? In London. So they have no domestic takeaways, only an international takeaway.
I believe international takeaway is what sparked the war in Ukraine. Mike Vrabel showcased some weak-ass karate. The Jets are ironically not known for their air yards, but they found the end zone anyway, with John Mechie III, which sparked a little hope until you realize there are more John Mechies than Jets touchdowns. Breece Hall made a meal out of the team chapstick. Hey, that's for everybody. It's Week 11. What could we possibly say about the Jets that hasn't already been said about any common venereal disease? Welcome to Spain, Mexico's England. It was a duel of similarly mid franchises. The Commanders' offense is slow drip coffee, time-consuming, and keeps you up at night. Deebo Samuel scored a touchdown and celebrated breast cancer awareness for them titties. Frankie Louvu wore all the eye makeup. Are you playing football or hosting an Airbnb for raccoons? The lonely man who dresses like a dolphin every day finally had a reason.
He's on drugs.
Matt Gay had a chance to win it, and he missed. You gotta be kidding me. What was Gay complaining about? The air? Was the air wrong, Matt? This game went to overtime.
This is heads. This is tails. What's your call?
That is heads.
That's heads. This is heads.
Damn it, Kenny, I know what heads is. Justin Herbert's first play was intentional grounding, and it only got worse from there. Herbert had only 10 completions all day. He was folded like clean laundry and left sunning his taint. The Chargers' offense showed less energy than a stripper with cerebral palsy. The refs were acting kinda funny, and not in their usual filled with spiders kinda way.
The play clock is correct.
Okay. Were there accusations? The Jaguars made light cardio out of the Bolts, hanging 5 scores on them. They never even took the hood off their punter. Congratulations to Josh Hines Allen, who became the Jaguars' all-time sack leader. He's dragged more men than RuPaul. Trevor Lawrence looked great.
He was precise. He spread the ball around. He made fat, good decisions.
I make fat, good decisions all the time, like trading out sandwich bread with pancakes. How else are you gonna soak up the syrup on your BLT? It was the Jameis Winston show, which, much like the Hindenburg, will technically get you where you want to go.
All I need is the men in this puddle.
But not that guy, right? He's an energy vampire. It was a new day for the Giants with interim head coach Mike Kafka, best known for being Sam Eagle from the Muppets. For some reason, Kafka put his faith in Jameis Winston, Devin Singletary, and Younghoe Koo. Why not just strap a Sherpa to your back and climb Everest? The Skycam showed up to work drunk again. Winston perfected the art of the backwards quarterback sneak. It takes a lot of gumption to moonwalk your corn cutter through a forest of fists. This man is a goddamn national treasure. Sell his bathwater as energy drink. The Packers ran their signature play. The ball is lava. Time for one of those random drug tests. And while you're at it,
Check the ball for Vaseline.
the Bears fumbled after Caleb Williams handed the ball to DeAndre Swift's armpit, which is not universally recognized as a hand. Ben Johnson's gotta feel like he's herding kittens week to week. DJ Moore made a tremendous catch with everything from the waist down. It's called a thigh master, people, and it will change your life.
Kind of squirts through the zero hole.
Rome Madunze turned a first down into his own personal tush push. Oh, but you don't want rugby plays in football. Wah! Miles Price was strutting like a chicken, which was cute until he pecked Adam Thielen's eyes out.
Wonder Twin powers activate. Form of Tom Brady's toilet.
Kind of squirts through the zero hole. Yes.
After the game, as is customary, the two head coaches met and kissed.
I love football.
Pretty great.
It was Cam Ward versus Davis Mills, aka the final boss for a scarf. The Texans were looking to make a playoff push, but they'd have to go through a one-win Titans team first. Meanwhile, Ward promised the team Applebee's if they won.
The pressure was on.
Bing bong, oversized drums. This game had everything. Flags, the sun, a big sack.
That was a big sack.
Will Anderson got a sack fumble and threatened the Lord above. That really would be the ultimate sack. Jeffrey Simmons tried to inspire his team by yelling at them. He reminded them who they are and that Applebee's was at stake. Somebody used up all the pale crayons on Davis Mills' head stick. The Texans took it in the final seconds off a Matthew Wright field goal. There would be no Applebee's. Bryce Young was in and out of this game after getting stepped on and beat up. Somewhere in between, he threw for 448 yards and 3 touchdowns. The Falcons ran a parade of running backs over them. Bijan scored twice after the most unenthusiastic hands I've seen since high school.
I'll be honest, I've seen worse.
And human beef wagon Tyler Algier crashed in for another. This game left so many questions. Like, do they mark Bryce Young's height on a doorway in the locker room? If Teteroa McMillan were a boxer, would he change his name to Teteroa Balboa? And why did they run a naked bootleg on 4th and 1 with a quarterback with an ankle injury? Kirk Cousins made an appearance. We were just talking about you. All good things, all good things. Michael Penix left injured after Kirk Cousins' prayers were answered. It was time to let Kirk cook, even though it's probably just saltines he warns you are spicy. The Bills wore flags for pulling a lineman forward. He led him through a series of obstacles and fed him num-nums from his pocket. That actually sounds kind of nice. Sean Tucker was the goddamn cat's pajamas. He exploded with over 100 yards and 3 touchdowns. Sean McDermott tried to inspire his players by giving each one some ashes from his uncle. He was a well-known racist and plushophiliac, and also still alive, so I'm not really sure what's going on there. Josh Allen scored 6 touchdowns, 1 for each noble gas. Helium, argon, unobtainium, original recipe. He tied Cam Newton for the most rushing touchdowns by a quarterback. Allen headbutted a teammate and the helmet stuck. You are now legally married. I would have expected this with the Rams. This game featured 2 very old quarterbacks, and I'll have to take their word since they refused to let me cut them open and count the rings. Aaron Rodgers left early with a wrist injury. It's not what you're thinking. It's from jerking off. In came backup quarterback Mason Rudolph, best known for collecting Mason Rudolph's mail. Let's see if he can football as good as he mustaches. It didn't matter. The Steelers defense scored twice. Kyle Duggar with the pick 6, and James Pierre, who turned a Noah Fant fumble into points with a splash. Jalen Ramsey was ejected after putting hands on Jamar Chase. Chase spit on him, a claim he denied, despite like 50 goddamn cameras being pointed right at him. Next time, just lean in. How else was I supposed to put out the fire inside him? And then, Aaron Rodgers miraculously emerged to perform his one-man show of the entire Bible. Let my people go! Brock Purdy was back, and so were his toes. Sky Moore took the opening kickoff 98 yards, and Christian McCaffrey scored on the very next play. Michael Wilson went off for 185 yards after Marvin Harrison became trapped in a sleeping bag. Congratulations to the Arizona Cardinals for committing a franchise record 17 penalties.
You lack discipline.
Because if you're gonna be bad, why not bring history into it? And also to Jacoby Brissett for a record 47 completions, or as Justin Fields calls it, an entire season. Greg Dortch caught a touchdown late and found Jesus. He was in the end zone. No wonder the Cardinals couldn't find him. Sam Darnold had one of his best games of the season. If you were the Los Angeles Rams, he was picked off 4 times. The Rams are the kings of 13 personnel, which is when you have 1 running back and 13 tight ends on the field. Seems unfair. Devontae Adams made his 1,000th career catch for a touchdown, and he was glistening, which is like glamorous listening, but with your heart. Aerial coverage was provided by wherever the fuck this thing is. Colby Parkinson scored a touchdown against the team that drafted him. Take that, people who believed in me. Jason Myers had a chance to tie the game in the final seconds, but he missed the kick. You idiot! There's not even a ball there! The first half was nothing but field goals.
Tony, what are you looking for here in the second half?
My pants. I took them off to make potty and somebody stole them, Jim.
Travis Kelce set the Chiefs' all-time touchdown record, passing Priest Holmes and Sitting Bull. The down judge fell down after he collided with Sean Payton on the sideline. He was flagged for it, which seems unfair. But it could have been worse after the down judge lifted his little ref shirt to reveal a revolver and said, "Don't make me shoot you." I didn't know the refs had guns. When did they all get guns? That doesn't seem legal. Myles Garrett was unstoppable. He piled up another 4 sacks and had a stirring salute to gynecology. There was debate over a touchback, and all I could think about was, you could run a herd of Shetland ponies under that ref. He's got 1 foot in bounds and 1 in the afterlife.
Hey, I'm gonna tell everybody you're concussed, but I'm not. Well, people really want to see the guy from the KFC commercial, so... The Colonel? No, the other guy, Sanders. They're both named Sanders. Holy shit, you're right.
Shedeur Sanders came into the game. Fans cheered and held signs for 12, which I believe is the round he was drafted in.
These Cleveland fans are loving life right now with Shedeur on the field.
He was sacked twice, picked off, and had a QBR of 2.4. The Ravens showed a new wrinkle for the tush push. They called it the hurricane, because it hits you hard and leaves you wet. That might not be the reason. Mark Andrews went 34 yards for a touchdown. Colonel Sanders was embarrassed. Dan Campbell's play calling was that of a child. It's death, taxes, and Dan Campbell going for it on 4th down. They did it 5 times and made none of them. The Eagles' defense was like a Denny's breakfast, clogging arteries. Do the Lions even have a kicker? Surely he made pee-pee in Dan Campbell's soup. You can't fake a punt when everyone knows you're going for it. That's your whole thing, kneecaps and buttholes. I'll see you on the beach. This is why nobody wants to Secret Santa with you, Dan. It's always live grenades and bacon. Some of us might actually prefer socks. A.J. Brown saw an uptick in targets after complaining on Twitch. Like a man. Aim for his mouth. Jamison Williams finally broke through for a touchdown and was flagged for his celebration. Just like your sister, you can't keep him off the pole. Jordan Davis tied for the most batted passes this season. He can't wait to go home and tell his wife she's next. The Eagles' offense was another stalled car on the highway in prime time, but at least AJ got his targets. Geno Smith led the Raiders in rushing with 14. Their game script was a suicide note. Ashton Genty had 2 carries in the first half because that's what you want to see in your first-round pick. Scarcity. Only break him out for special occasions like Simchat Torah or Flag Day. Show me a picture of Genty with today's newspaper. Geno Smith was sacked so hard, the voices in his head started speaking Spanish. Genty finally saw the ball in the end zone, where he was greeted with less blocking than a low-grade SPF. He was wearing defenders like a mama opossum.
He came to the sidelines, took his pants off.
Huh, so it's that kind of party. It was a night of pageantry. Jake Ferguson finally got his money's worth for an off-season of mime classes. Tyler Guyton took a shot to the face, not seen since JFK or your mom. The Raiders played like they were locked in a hot car all day with freshly washed dogs. Whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. And after what I saw tonight, they can fucking keep it. And now the salt pretzel of the week. Yummy. This one was super easy for me. I didn't even have to look very far because I've been waiting for this for a long time. This week, the pretzel goes to Sean Tucker, running back for the Tampa Bay Bucks. Back in 2023, Tucker was one of my favorite running backs coming out of college. I made a video about it. But during the NFL Combine, they discovered a heart condition which took him off everybody's draft board. The Bucks signed him as a UDFA that year anyway, and eventually, he was medically cleared to play. Obviously, because he's played since. I thought Tucker had the talent and the ability to be a running back one and could compete with Rachaad White. But then the Bucks signed Bucky Irving the following year, and it looked like Tucker would never see the field for any large amount of time. Well, he finally did last week with 100+ yards and 3 touchdowns. He did it on the ground and in the air. Bucky Irving will eventually be back. I doubt Tucker's situation will change much at all moving forward, but he'll always have that breakout game. It was great for Tucker, but it was even better for me to find out that I am never wrong. I'm infallible. That's the lesson I learned here. Kudos to you, Sean Tucker. Stay salty, my friend. Thanks for watching Shut Up Football. Please say hi to your mom for me, and we'll see you next week. Peace!
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys. It sound right, boy.
There would be no Applebee's.